What's up everyone, it's me Rexpert and I'm back with another video game review. This time we take a look at the newly released Mafia Definitive Edition. Before we take a look at Mafia Definitive Edition, let's talk a bit about the Mafia series. Mafia has expanded into 3 different games over the years and has grown a huge fan base like any successful video game franchise usually do. The first Mafia game was released on the PC back in 2002. When it was released, people were blown away by its graphics and cinematic storytelling. I personally played it as well back in 2002, and it was jaw-dropping to see the facial animations of the characters. Of course, nowadays the graphics are very dated and we see much more better technology used in other games nowadays. After that, we got Mafia 2 in 2010. From this game I have a lot of memories. Mafia 2 is fantastic and improved the game in every way compared to its predecessor. Vito and Joe were the perfect duo in the game. Then lastly, we have Mafia 3, which came in 2016. I have to say that I haven't played this game, but I watched gameplay videos of it, I watched reviews from it, especially Angry Joe's review was a review that summed up pretty good the whole game. The story of Mafia 3 seemed boring to me, and I would have loved to see a direct sequel to Mafia 2, where Mafia 3 would have continued Vito's and Joe's story. But let's talk about Mafia Definitive Edition now. I've always thought that Mafia 1 is the best of them all. Mafia Definitive Edition takes the classic and recreates all the missions in its own beautiful way with totally new voice actors. I was a bit skeptic when I heard that the old voice actors are not gonna reprise the roles again, because the old voice actors were highly memorable and fantastically voiced. But when I played the game, I actually started to like the characters more and more. It grows on you the more you play the game. You can see that the actors put their heart and soul into the acting, and you can clearly see that these guys are fans of mobster storytelling.
Get out! Get the hell out!
You, Michelle?
What's it to you?
Fella named Sam is one of your regulars.
Maybe there's a lot of guys named Sam.
You know him. Works for Don Celieri. Maybe you got him talking about our business from time to time, and maybe Don Morello offered you some money to spill what you heard.
No, Sam, trust me. I don't say nothing. He knows that.
Well, the Don's losing a lot of money because someone can't keep their mouth shut.
I was just bumping guns with some of Morello's girls. I didn't mean nothing by it. Tell him I'm sorry. Tell him I won't never open my mouth again.
I know.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You scared then? Good. Don't you ever forget how it feels to be this scared. To know you're just one twitch away from a hole in the ground. Because if you ever show your face in this town again, they're gonna find you with 2 in the head. Do you understand? Lucky for you, Sam's got a big heart. Get dressed and make tracks. This place is gonna blow soon.
Thank you.
Just don't come back and we're square.
This game plays out like a very exciting mobster movie that's fun and epic to interact with. The game starts out in a fictional city called Lost Heaven, set in the 1930s, where you play as a character called Tommy Angelo, a poor cab driver who later joins the Mafia family. Tommy starts to make tasks for the family and starts to earn a lot of money, fame, and status for himself, becoming a true member of the Mafia family. As you progress the story, Tommy starts to realize that being in the Mafia family is not what it seems, and things start to turn really ugly later on. Questions about what is right and wrong starts to arise. Are you loyal to your friend or loyal to the Mafia family, and things like that. I must say that the ending of this game was, in my opinion, better than the original 2002's Mafia's ending. The graphics of this game are outstanding and it looks beautiful in 4K maxed out. The technology used in this game is almost as jaw-dropping as in the Mafia that came in 2002. The characters look very realistic and their facial expressions are top-notch, for example. The sound world in Mafia Definitive Edition is some of the best I've ever heard. The music is very cinematic and mobster-like. The voice actors have a really mobster way of talking. For example, Tommy Angelo's voice actor was a perfect choice. He has that half Italian accent, giving an authentic feel to the game. And as I mentioned earlier, it shows they were dedicated into making the sound and voices as close as possible to the 1930s mobster life. The music does have a bit of a modern twist, but mostly it gives an authentic feel to that type of genre. This is a good example of how to make a remake in my opinion, and shows that it's possible to recreate a game without taking away the true soul and spirit of the original game. I must say though that I was expecting them to use the same music in the Running Man mission, because it was cheesy and funny as hell in the original, because I was hoping to play the mission with the same music as from the original Mafia just for nostalgia's sake. I also missed the classic music that played most of the time in the original Mafia while driving around the city with the car. After you have completed the story, there's a free ride mode that you can play. This mode allows you to explore the beautiful locations in Lost Heaven without doing any missions. You start at Salieri's bar, you have your car garage where you can collect and store cars, a wardrobe where you can change your clothing, you have an armory where you can choose your weapons. I haven't played that much free ride, but I heard that developers have put some secrets that you can find in the world as well. The free ride is a nice bonus, but ultimate purpose of buying this game is to experience the story in my opinion. I have mostly just praised the game for now, but that's not to say that the game comes with its downsides. The gameplay does feel a bit dated from time to time. There's really no innovation in anything. There's lots of driving and lots of shooting, but not much else. Occasionally you have some sneaking and stealth missions as well. I must say that the shooting feels clunkier than what it was, for example, in Mafia 2, which was perfect in my opinion. The engine itself in Mafia Definitive Edition, which is the same one used in Mafia 3, feels a bit outdated and could use some better animations. I must say that some of the death animations look great though. The melee combat is awkward, but they've never been that good in Mafia games anyway. It's cool to do the finishers to the enemies though. I finished the game in the most hardest difficulty, which is called Old School, and it really felt like a challenge, and from time to time it was almost impossible to beat the missions, especially the notorious racing mission. It took me about 50 tries to beat the racing mission. It was really hard and I cursed a lot while I played it. It took me about 15 hours to complete the game's story, which is fair to be honest for the game's single player length, considering for the price it is sold for. Anyway, if you enjoy movies like The Godfather, Goodfellas, and just overall like gangster films, then this game is a must buy. It does justice to the mobster genre in every way. Especially if you have played the original Mafia, then you must experience the Definitive Edition. I personally liked this game a lot, and I thought it was a fantastic remake, because I played a lot of shitty remakes. I give the game an 8 out of 10. It's a really good mobster game with good storytelling, sound and voice design, but could have used some more innovation in the mission design and some tweaks with the game engine. Anyway, this was my personal review of Mafia Definitive Edition. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Take care, bye.